Okay, I started.
Okay, hello. Welcome back.
Hi, this
Welcome
is.
back to my channel.
Don't know. This is no. I mean, it's not your channel. Albus runs the channel.
Okay, welcome
Okay,
back
it's
to
our
our
channel. Okay, this is our channel. It's not just me. Hi, this is Elvis,
This is Kevin.
Amanda.
and this is episode 6 of the AfterCast.
Five
Welcome
for
back.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Shut up, Kevin.
It is fine for me.
Okay, you don't have to say that every time.
Yeah, we're not. Are we gonna count that for you?
Yeah, we
It'll
are.
be very confusing
Well, I'm
for
gonna
the
be
listeners.
counting that for
You're
me.
gonna say like what the official number is, and Kevin's just gonna say one less every time.
Exactly. So next
I'll-
week it'll be episode 7, but 6 for me.
Oh my
Yeah, I'll put in
God.
parentheses episode 7 in parentheses 5 for Kevin.
Oh my god.
All right, so as you know, the AfterCast talks about random stuff. What are we talking about today, guys? You do we?
That was so awkward.
Should I cut this out?
What are we
No,
talking
it'll be
about
fine.
today, guys?
Okay, look, we're gonna talk about you, but I wanted to like segue slowly into
not you
Okay, you have to
specifically.
say-
You the show.
Oh,
on
you the
Netflix.
show.
The Netflix show.
it. You, the Netflix show.
Because you say we're gonna talk about you, and they're gonna be like me.
Ooh.
Like, what?
I mean, if you guys want to talk about you, send us your messages, and we'll see what we can
Comment
do.
down below. Smash that like button.
Well,
ring
I
that
haven't
bell.
I haven't seen it at all. I just know sort of the premise. There's a stalker guy and there's a
There's
girl.
a stalker guy and there's a girl.
And yeah, that's
That's all you.
it.
That's all you know
You-
about it.
Kevin, you've watched.
I watched some of it.
Season 1,
Yeah,
I've watched
Amanda's
season
watched
one
all of
and
them.
then
and
you
two.
caught up.
Mhm.
must be nice.
I mean,
So
Watch it.
spoiler alert.
oh yeah,
Just
Maybe
saying.
spoiler if you're going to season 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if we get into season 2 territory, we'll let you know about the spoiler beforehand.
If you haven't seen season 1 that came out like a year ago, I don't
Yeah,
care.
tough shit. You gotta keep up on that, man.
You got way more than 2 weeks.
Way
the,
more than 2 weeks.
And
And
that was
that's-
like a month for spoiler warning.
yeah. That's the well. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll give it a month.
Either way, it's been plenty of time.
Yeah.
So wait, you like you, but you don't like toss a coin to Witcher.
Because I think that's honestly a stupid song.
I can't say
So-
it because you might copyright strike.
Oh, true. Yikes.
It's okay. Well, we have a video on here that has copyright strike.
Wow.
All right.
I don't
Is
think.
that how you do it?
Did you get a copyright strike from someone?
Well, not a, I wouldn't say a strike. Whatever money we make.
You get demonetized.
Yeah, whatever money we make
Oh.
gets sent to Universal Japan.
Why?
Is it because of the anime opening?
Yes.
What?
Yep.
What?
They're like, you can keep this up.
Well, we'll
but
take the royalties.
yeah,
from
yeah.
It.
That's hilarious.
But we don't get money until we get like 1,000 subscribers or
Yeah,
something. So
like-
good luck, Japan.
They're waiting.
Good
They're
luck.
waiting.
I'm
Alright, so
done.
you
Yes, you.
and romanticizing the stalker mentality.
Woo! So, okay. So, you haven't watched it, Alvis. So, what have you read about you? Or, like,
There's a
seen
stalker
online?
guy,
There's a stalker guy.
and then there's a girl.
Mm-hmm.
who he is stalking.
Yes. That is
Just
the
a random
relationship.
girl.
Stalker and stalky.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it. One's name is Joe,
Yeah,
Jason,
that's
Jared.
Joe.
Okay.
Joe, that's a stalker guy.
And then Becky.
I think
Beck.
Beckett?
Yeah, Beck
Beck.
something.
Guinevere Beck.
And that's pretty much all I know. He kills things.
He
sometimes.
kills
Kills things.
Not
Kills
people,
people?
things.
I don't know. There's murder. I don't know. All I know is it's
Murder.
pretty much that.
He basically kills people.
Not quotation kills. He kills people.
He kills people to like who stand in the way of him and his like,
Yeah, like
love.
people
Okay.
that he perceived to be harmful.
like an
for
obstacle
The yeah.
Harmful
even,
for him.
Not even an obstacle. No, harmful. He's
for a
like
relationship.
he's like one of the people that he gets rid of is her best friend, and he's like, she's not good for you. You don't see how she's obsessed with you, and oh my god, she's crazy. I have to save you from her.
Yeah.
I see.
kind
He
of
has he has
thing.
like a pseudo hero mentality. He's like, oh, I'm the hero. I'm saving this girl from all the bad things
Mhm.
around
very
her.
very white knight.
Okay. And this is all from his point of view, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because normally this would not be like a applause situation.
Well,
Good for
that's the
you.
thing.
That's the thing.
That's
a lot
the
of people are
thing.
like, oh my god, I want a Joe Goldberg in my life.
Yeah, because of like the things that he does for her, the girl Beck, are all like, oh my god, I wish I had a boyfriend that would do things for that, like me, like, he pays attention to her, like it's all honestly, it's all really like bare minimum stuff for a relationship, but everyone's like, oh my god, look how much of a great boyfriend he is.
Oh my god, he
Okay,
replies
hold
within
on.
5 minutes.
Hold on. First of all, he's a boyfriend?
Yeah, so eventually,
Yeah.
like he basically he worked at a bookshop.
Mm-hmm.
Beck came in one day, and that was like it. He was like, "She's the
He's
most
like, oh my
beautiful
god, she's so
girl.
beautiful.
I
I'm in
have
love
to
with
have
her.
her. I'm gonna get her." So
Ooh.
he made sure to like do things so they would cross paths all the time,
Okay.
kind of thing. And then she eventually, like, she thought it was all organic, and then she started to fall for him. But
Right.
really, he's kind of like orchestrating all of these
Like he
interactions.
checks social, everything.
Yeah.
Where she hangs out.
Exactly.
School, stuff like that.
And finds out where she lives, like all this stuff. So it like suddenly like he's all around her.
Right.
And then they eventually start dating because she's like, oh my god, you're the perfect guy, like you pay attention to me, you help me, you lift me up, those kinds of things. So
Right.
she thinks he's like the perfect boyfriend. Meanwhile, he's like doing all this stuff behind the scenes to like keep her
Right.
in a bubble.
Right.
So, and those are the things that people see, that yeah, he's killed like 3 or 4 people, but he did it for her.
Interesting.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
he's protecting the relationship.
Interesting.
Exactly.
So now everyone who watches that show, I'm saying like maybe teenagers, maybe young, like, oh my god, I want a Joe Goldberg in my life. Like, why can't my boyfriend do that? Why can't he reply or stuff like that?
Okay, you can do all those nice things that I'm sure he's done without the
killing
Murder.
part,
the murder,
murdering
without
part.
the manipulation.
But it's because in his mind, he's like, this is the only way
I'm saving her.
I'm saving her, and I'm going to get to her, because otherwise she wouldn't give
Yeah.
him the time of day.
Okay.
It doesn't help that she had a big ass window in her like apartment.
Oh my god, that was honestly the stupidest thing ever. She lives in a huge apartment in New York, first of all, and she's a full-time student. I'm like, how the hell is she affording this? Impossible. And so she has big ass windows. Curtains obviously don't exist to her, so he can see all of her business, her changing, her getting off, everything, and he's just like standing on the street across from her like, yeah, I can watch this.
And his disguise is so like.
His disguise is a hat
it's-
and a jacket.
That's it.
That's it.
Literally, it's a hat
That's
and a
it.
jacket.
And he hides behind like bushes and lampposts, and you're like, Joe,
We
Joe.
know your face. We can see you.
Not even sunglasses.
not even
No,
sunglasses,
there's
not
literally a
even
hat
sunglasses.
And a jacket.
Or a fake
Like-
mustache.
It's the same hat and same jacket over and over again.
Yeah, it's like it's literally like a baseball cap, like a dark blue, black baseball cap and a jacket.
Interesting.
That's it.
And like the show, it goes through like his mind, like what he's thinking and stuff like that, how he's thinking about
Yeah,
it.
like his like rationalizations for everything, which I think is really interesting to watch, because I feel like it's a really realistic depiction of what it's like being in that mindset where you're like, how do I get her to notice me, and how do I save her from all these people who I perceive as bad for her?
Notice me,
you know?
senpai.
Yeah, basically. So I thought it was really interesting. There are a lot of scenes that are cringy in it, like absolutely. And sometimes the acting, you're like, okay, who the hell would do that in real life? You know, there's a lot of stupid things where I'm like, okay, you have to be the dumbest, most oblivious person on the planet to not realize what this kid is doing half the time.
Yeah.
But
I still remember that. I would go back to like season 2. I think it was like episode 1 or 2. That one scene when he's in like in the back room
in the back room,
when he's like jacking himself off.
oh my god, there were so many things. I'm just like, really?
Well, how they showed it is like the girl like brought him in. You know, they're gonna do it. Then like cuts away, it's all in his head. He's about to jack off.
Yeah.
In like the
Wow.
back room of like a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the second season,
That was a twist.
In the second season, it's a different love interest.
Yeah, he moved to LA.
Yeah, he moves
of the
to
whole
LA.
New York thing.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler! He killed her, by the way.
I wasn't gonna go there, but he
Big
did.
big spoiler! He did kill her.
He killed Beck.
Okay.
Because Beck found everything out and was like, "You're crazy," and he's like, "I did everything for you," and she was like, "You're psycho," and so he killed her.
Then he moved to LA and changed his identity to start over fresh.
Yes, so he moved to LA, and his whole thing was like, "Oh, I'm in a new place. I'm gonna do things differently now." But he literally
The first thing he bought is a fucking telescope
Yeah.
to look into someone else's room.
It's like a vicious cycle. I'm like, oh, you're gonna do the same thing. And what do? You pick a girl out, and you're like, how can I maneuver myself
What's
to be
her
in
social?
her way?
What's her Facebook and all that stuff?
Yeah. But the plot twist of season 2 is that the bitch is crazy too. Does shit just as bad as him, and I'm like,
Crazy found crazy.
And then he wants
He
to
got
be
played.
Exactly, and then he wants to act brand new about it and be like, "Oh my god, this bitch is crazy," and I'm like, "Huh?
You were doing that in season 1.
Come again? Did you not see what you did to all those people?"
Yeah, a lot of people love it.
I think it's really good because it's one of those things where you're like, what is gonna happen next, you know? And he's like, it's also really interesting seeing how people react to him because honestly, I don't think he's that attractive.
Right.
Like, he's not my standard whatsoever. But I think because of the role,
Yeah.
everyone is like, "Oh my god, Joe Goldberg, he's so hot, blah blah blah," and I'm like,
Wasn't the actor in like Gossip Girl or something?
Yeah, he was in
I think
Gossip
so.
Girl too. Never knew who he was before this.
I know he was in Gossip Girl, but I didn't know who
I
he
never
was.
watched Gossip Girl.
It's just Gossip Girl and then this.
Yeah, and he blew up because of this, and I don't think he's particularly attractive, but a lot of people do, and I think it's because of the role that he's playing.
Attracted the character Joe, not him, basically.
Yeah. Well, I think aside from, well, let's put it this way: if he was your, by cultural standards, societal standards, a unattractive person to the majority of people, then I feel like this entire show would not have been as well received because I think that the line between creepy and romantic
Is how hot you are?
Yes, and it's not about intentions because clearly people don't care about intention.
Personality doesn't matter. It's just your looks.
It's because if Joe was really ugly, right, then no one, despite no matter what he did,
It would have been creepy.
it would have been creepy.
Yeah.
People would have thought it was creepy, no matter what. But because he's somewhat attractive to a good amount of people, then suddenly he becomes, oh, he's romantic.
He's
Oh,
romantic.
he's hot.
Yeah.
He's, he's sweet. You would kill, who wouldn't?
He would kill for me,
Yeah, he would kill for me.
literally.
But literally say the exact same thing with image of someone super unattractive, then it's no, you would never want
No,
that.
I don't want that. No, bad.
Like that, if it was that guy from what movie was he in? In Spy Kids,
Antonio Banderas, the dad?
no, not the dad. No, the in the first one, I think the scientist or whatever.
Floop.
I don't know his name.
Or the man,
Monk?
the hand, yeah.
No,
the
not
hands
that guy. Not the hand guy. He was like, oh my god, what else was he? He was in
Tony Shalhoub?
No, he was in Grown Ups too. I don't know his name. He was in Grown Ups as well, where he was the really skinny, really ugly guy that was in. Oh my god, hold on.
Because I know the evil guy was Tony. The evil guy was Tony Shalhoub, and then the
don't
main
know.
guy was Alan Cummings. But
I don't know.
Alan Cummings is kind of hot.
No, he's
Yeah?
Yeah.
he's not hot at all. When you're this man is ugly.
If it's Floop, then
I don't know.
we gotta talk about your preferences.
No.
I love Floop. That's
Oh my God, hold on.
he was never really a bad guy. He was just
Yeah.
doing what
Oh, Steve
Steve
Buscemi?
Buscemi. Oh,
Yes.
the second one.
In the second one.
He's in the
yeah,
second
whatever,
one.
yeah,
He's
whatever.
in
He
the
was
second
he was also in Grown Ups. That guy's so ugly.
And he wasn't the bad guy.
I didn't say he was a bad guy. I said he was a scientist.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi is in the Grown Ups because he's a good
He's friends with
of
Adam Sandler and all like that,
Yeah.
that comedy
That is.
troupe. I
Okay,
want to say.
well, whatever. My point is, that man ugly. So if it was him doing all this, he'd be like, someone needs to arrest him, like, immediately.
Now we know Amanda doesn't like Steve Buscemi.
I know. I think he's, like, a fantastic actor, but, like, come on. Come on.
Is it the eyes?
Sure.
Because he has like the bulging eyes.
It's a little bit more than that.
It's just the eyes.
I'm assuming.
It's a little bit of everything. But yeah, like if it was like I totally understand, but like to me, Joe is like he's just not my type. He's not my kind of attractiveness, but he is, I think, to a certain standard attractive for the general public, or else they wouldn't have cast him. So I definitely think that is a factor in people romanticizing it. Mm-hmm. And I also think, because I think it's the same thing with like how they romanticize like serial killers throughout history, because especially like back in the day when you look at them, you're like,
I mean, for back in the day, he was kind of hot down there.
Exactly. Like back in the day, the standard was different. So it's like, okay, maybe back then he was that kind of standard of good looking, but now we look at him and we're like, what the hell kind of crack are y'all smoking? Like, like when I see pictures of Ted Bundy, I'm like, that man not cute.
Yeah, that ain't no Zac Efron.
Yeah. I'm like, he's not cute, but like when you read about him, they say he was so charming.
Yeah, just
so
being
charismatic.
Yeah, charismatic.
And I'm like, okay, but like, no.
He just says all the right words.
It's weird because it's to his victims. He had the right words and the right charisma, and he was so-called attractive. Because I've also read and I've watched some documentaries where majority of the time he's a weird like loner outcast that was super awkward.
I've also heard that too. So it is like, I think it's like there's a like a type where if you just kind of play on the vulnerability of a woman, anyone might end up looking attractive. Unfortunately. You know,
and I think that's where the line is, because some people thought he was creepy because those were the people that didn't think he was very attractive. But the ones where they thought he was attractive, thought all his mannerisms were cute and a bunch of other things. And so that really there really is a line between creepy and romantic, and it's just how that other person perceives you.
Very true.
Yeah, so the moral of the story apparently
don't stalk people and kill them.
If you're ugly.
If you're ugly.
If you're hot.
If you're
extremely hot.
You'll get away
totally
with
fine.
it.
Get away
You will get away with it. You'll get a fan club.
You'll get a fan club.
People
You
asking
got a
to
couple
marry
of wives.
you. Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
Groupies.
It's crazy. Like these men in jail will have women driving from all over the country just to see them and be like, "Oh my god, I love
I think there's
you."
like an online website you can like go to, and then you can send fan mail to like inmates.
What?
Yeah, you can send like they can be your pen pals.
Oh my god, that doesn't like okay for normal people. But they should like cut it off for like serial killers or something. Like that's messed up.
I'm not sure with like serial killer, but I saw like you can send to like inmates that are in there. And you see their picture and you see like what they're in for, how long they're in.
This one, but I mean like that sounds like a good idea. But I feel like they should not allow serial killers to
it'll be
have
fine.
that kind of contact.
They're people too.
Are they?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it really comes down. There's movies and TV shows out there that,
Twilight.
Yeah, well, media in general, I feel like
books are better than the movies.
Yeah,
okay.
Those types of behaviors and romanticize them, and like having incredibly attractive leads playing those characters do not help, because for example, in Say Anything, the movie. At the end, the guy comes out and he plays a radio outside of his ex-girlfriend's house.
Mm-hmm.
Just booming. It's a boombox.
Just booming.
Back in the day, that's how they do it.
Right.
And then it's just blaring out there. He's like, "Please come back," and all this other stuff.
I love you.
And
Where are
like,
you?
it'd be weird. Like, I can't imagine someone outside my window
Like
begging me to
playing
come
a
back,
boombox.
or like confessing their feelings with me, like in
Throwing
the middle of the
pebbles
night
at your
even, or
window.
something.
Yeah.
And just like please go away. This is really
Please
freaking
go
me
away.
out. But I can't really say that if they were incredibly hot, that I'd let them pass just for like a few more minutes.
Be like,
And that's
"Aw,
ingrained
true."
inside of me. You know,
No, but like, I definitely
Emma
feel
Watson
that.
comes out and does that, I'd be like, you know what? It looks really cold out there.
You should
looks
come in.
really
Come
cold.
inside, warm up.
Get
live in
Maybe it's
South
cold
Florida.
outside.
Yeah, maybe it's a little cold outside.
We live in South Florida. It's a little cold
Hey,
outside.
it get cold for you. Like it drops to
Okay,
like
Shut up.
70, and you're like, oh my god, it's so
Shut
cold.
up.
But I guess
Okay.
like if there was a Steve Buscemi out there, I don't even like hate the guy. I was just memeing him at this point. So if this ever gets out to Steve Buscemi, we
I'm
love you.
sorry. You're an amazing actor. I apologize.
I love you and stuff, but I don't love you in
I
that
don't
way.
love you. Like, there's a line.
You know,
But no, I definitely agree. But I also think there has to be a level of already knowing the person, because if I don't care how attractive I think you are, if you just show up outside my house playing a music on a boombox, I'll be like, who the hell are you?
love me, Amanda.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
Love me.
obviously you're a stalker. You know where I live. No idea who you are. I'm calling the cops.
Or if they played your favorite song.
Like, still calling the cops.
What was it? Noodle neck?
Noodle Neck. That is a great song. Everyone listen to Spaghetti. Salma Forbidden Kingdom. That was great. Okay. Sorry.
I don't eat pasta.
Okay, well maybe you should. Chef
Not-
Spaghetti.
That's a lot of carbs.
Shut up.
Yeah, there. I mean, there's a few things because everyone loves The Notebook, right?
I hate romantic comedies. I don't like watching those movies. I think they're really stupid, so I have never fully watched The Notebook.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
no, it's all good, but for the most part, people tend to like,
The Notebook.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like one of those like the top tier romantic. I want that
Yeah,
to
everyone-
happen to me.
everyone wants Ryan Gosling. Everyone wants that Ryan Gosling, but
He's also
If you-
someone I don't think that's attractive, but okay.
but think about he kind of okay,
See?
but that's just me. About like 15 or so minutes in, this man likes a girl and he stalks her. He climbs onto the Ferris wheel when she's on a date with someone else and
What?
threatens to let go and kill himself
Oh, I hate that.
if she
Manipulation.
didn't go on a date with him.
While she was on a date with another
Yes,
guy,
and the guy's like, "What the hell's going on?"
What?
And she had to agree, or else he was gonna like.
I would have been like,
No, I push her
bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
See, you guys are normal people. You're in a normal setting, but in romantic comedies or in this one, romantic, I don't
Drama. Yeah.
I really don't know. Or romance.
I think it's a rom com.
The Notebook?
I think so.
There wasn't a lot of comedy.
There's not a lot of comedy in
I
there.
haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I think it's like
there's
romantic
romance
drama.
in it.
Oh.
There's romance in it. It's mostly romance. But in those types of movies, it gets played off as like endearing. You
That's
know?
true.
It's like, oh my god, he cares so
cute.
much for me.
Yeah. And I am guilty of using these romance movies and tropes and putting them and applying them in real life, thinking it's cute, thinking it's it's fun, or people would find it very, how do you say, attractive or sweet, or
like,
or
oh my god, look what he did.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a story.
Oh god.
Story time.
Very, very long time ago, I was at TJ Maxx.
Oh no.
Yes.
Wait,
Oh no, I know this story.
So I don't know if I've ever
Kevin,
told you.
I don't know either.
This was in the olden days.
Yeah, you didn't know her back then
The
that
olden
well.
days.
I would barely knew you. It was like a year or so in.
About, yeah.
No, a few months in.
Just tell me.
Okay. Anyways, I was at TJ Maxx looking. I don't know what I was looking for. I've never been at TJ Maxx before. I think I was looking for cosplay stuff. I was trying to do Mad Hatter.
Yeah, you
Okay.
were. You were.
And I get in there, and in one of the aisles is this really, really attractive worker.
Okay.
And I'm like,
He pulled Joe.
I was like, guys, I'm
in love.
really, yeah, like, I just saw the most beautiful person ever,
Then I saw
and
her
I
face.
don't know what to do.
He was
So
Help me.
so I stayed in that TJ Maxx for probably 4 hours.
no.
4 hours. It was day and then it was night when I left. And
I
you
told
know,
him to talk to her.
my phone died. I was just like asking people what to do. I
Oh
was
my
trying
God.
to get like the courage to ask. I was going in and out of the same aisles for forever, and
Oh my
it was in
God.
the same aisle she was going through.
Yeah.
And I feel so embarrassed and so disgusting when I think about it now. Like, and I played it off like it wasn't like I knew what I was doing. It was like
Walk around like a lost
I
puppy.
knew what I was doing, but I didn't know that it was weird or wrong.
She might have saw
You
it.
get
weird.
what I'm saying?
yeah.
From her
Um,
point of view, she probably would have saw it.
Yeah.
It was
And
some weird guy just
exactly.
in my aisle.
These
Cops on
guys
aisle
have been.
4.
It's just like back and forth. I was looking at the same clay and glass vases.
Or she could have been like, man, he really
Oh.
likes vases.
I was like, man. And then I went back and forth.
Or she thought you were hot and just waiting for you to come up talk to her.
No, definitely not.
You never know. She could have been
So-
shy too.
After my phone died, I was just like, I'm
4
gonna just
hours.
freaking man up. I go up to her and I'm like, I think you're one of the most beautiful people I've ever met. And
You
then I
shot his
left.
shot.
No,
And
and
then
then I
you
left. I didn't even say anything after that. I was like,
You
I
left.
just booked it.
Oh my
I didn't know what the hell I was
God.
doing. I just knew. I didn't think it was attractive or anything at this point. I was just like, I'm just trying to say something, like break the ice. Because
Oh,
So,
you
let me
broke
say
the ice,
something,
but
and
you
then
went
right
down
away.
the Titanic.
Because I'm not the type of person to walk up to girls or walk up to anyone and say hi at that time,
Right.
you know? And I was just so odd. I just wanted
was
to
so
talk
odd.
I just
to this
wanted
person.
talk.
The only thing that came out was that compliment, and then I left. And I was just like,
That is so funny.
You didn't buy
She
anything,
was
did you?
probably,
I didn't
buy
Yeah.
I didn't even buy
She
anything.
was probably so confused. Like, this man was here
I was
for
so scared.
hours.
Like, I wish I could apologize.
If you're listening out
If
there.
you're ever
No,
listening.
that's the thing. Like back then, we would say every time Alvis sees like an attractive girl, if he doesn't talk to her, she like falls off the face of the earth.
They go missing.
Like they
Oh
go
my
It's
missing.
not in my
God.
fault.
We never see
Yeah.
them again.
my
So
God.
I go back because I wanted a scarf, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what I needed.
I wanted a scarf.
That's why I went in there in
And
the first
she's
place.
out in the front,
Uh-huh.
handing out like water or selling water bottles or something.
Uh-huh.
And I actually get to talk to her. We talk about Frozen. Ask her if she ever wants to go watch Frozen with me. Let me know. And then I
Hit me up.
gave her like one of those butterflies they used to give out with my
Yeah,
number
I
on
remember
it.
those. Yeah.
I made like
Oh.
origami butterflies, and I just
Uh-huh.
handed them out to people.
That's cute.
See, it's cute, but not after.
Not after the
Those
Spending
first
4
last
hours
interaction.
not buying
Did
anything.
she remember you?
I don't know
Oh God.
at all.
Oh.
I really hope not.
Let's go to TJ Maxx someday and just see if she's
No.
still there.
I have gone back a few times, not because of her, but I had to find
I
other stuff.
hope not.
But no, I didn't see her.
Mm-hmm.
but she was gone after that, and I was like, oh God, I hope I didn't make this.
I didn't make
weird.
her quit.
And I would bring up that story as at conventions, at like dating panels and stuff, like hypothetically, so if you were like waiting at the store for like 3 or 4 hours to talk to this one girl, and you know, is that cute, or like what's going on? And then the reaction I had at that time from other people, mostly the girls, of course, was like, what the heck? Are you sure that's hypothetical? And I was like, oh yeah.
This
super
never
hypothetical.
happened.
Never happened.
So,
I
like,
never did this.
And it wasn't until a little, like, that was kind of like
I'm secondhand cringe right now.
yeah, that was
Oh yeah, I got secondhand embarrassment from that.
that was
Because I was like driving home and I got the flurry of messages coming through. I'm like, yep,
it was
I'm gonna die and I'm gonna
I
crash the
didn't
car.
realize until I kept saying it out loud and was like, you know what?
It's a little creepy.
That was freaking
no bueno.
yeah, that was.
But if you look like Zac Efron, she would probably find it
See,
attractive.
okay, but here's the thing. I think if he hadn't done it for 4 hours,
I guess there's a time limit.
Yeah, there's a time
but
limit.
I think like if it was like maybe like 20 minutes of just kind of like you know, like kind of going back and forth, like working up the courage kind of thing. But
Right.
4 hours is like, okay, he might be stalking.
But like I didn't even realize it
That
was
it had
that
been
long
4
until
hours.
I was just because I was just like in and out of my phone. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. And then after I left, that's when I realized the time, and I was like, holy shit, I've been here for this long. I can't believe I did that.
I can't believe you've done this. So yeah, but no, I think that attractiveness is definitely a factor in whether or not it's creepy or like oh, how cute is he kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also obviously like if it's something like that, the time frame.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's rare to strike when the iron's hot.
And
when
also,
it's
like-
dunk in ice water.
A random guy coming up to me and saying you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life is also
Okay, I said person.
whatever, most beautiful person I've ever seen. Like, I think it could go either way very quickly.
Absolutely.
Because it's like,
Absolutely.
because they're like, oh, thanks, you know? Because it's like one of those things where you don't exactly know how to respond
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
you know? And
But I
then the
didn't even
fact
give
that
her a
you-
chance
yeah,
to
the fact that
respond.
you
Left,
ran
you
away.
bolted.
I didn't even need a response. I was just like, that's what
That's
4
where it goes.
hours of incubating in one of the aisles was about.
Incubating.
You're just coming out, saying my piece, and leaving.
That's
Didn't care
true.
for a response. It wasn't like,
But even that, like, I feel like that is just you being like a quirky kid that doesn't know how to interact with.
it's quirky because it's me.
No, but I'm like, I think like in real life, that's a more realistic depiction of how it would go. Like whether or not it's received creepy or not, I feel like
Yeah.
it's a more realistic depiction in like movies and shows and everything. These girls have like borderline like Stockholm syndrome,
Oh,
where
yeah.
they're like being like manipulated like crazy
Oh,
from
yeah.
these men, and they're just like, but look what he did for me, and I'm
Oh
like,
my god, Mr. Grey is so hot and rich.
Exactly.
And I think that's why I don't like watching rom-coms, because they
like rom-coms.
irritate me. No, like those are like my least favorite movies to watch because I feel like they're so unrealistic and
I like
depict
definitely
women.
rom-coms too.
They definitely are. They're hella unrealistic.
Yeah, but they just depict women as just such stupid, like, just all I care is about romance, and I don't care like about anything else. And look how cute he is, and he did this and did that. And you're like, okay, but he's also a stalker.
that might kill you.
Yeah, and he's a murderer, like these things, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. So I kind of avoid that genre a
Those
lot
situ-
because of it.
I mean, like think about Twilight.
Oh
Right.
boy.
Edward
Okay, but
watches Bella sleep.
the
You smell bad.
He
That was literally like the first line he said to her. You
Yeah,
smell
that
bad.
was their first interaction. Yeah.
he just watches her sleep. He watches her every move. He's controlling, super overprotective,
Okay.
right? And
He's
that,
smart.
To my
but because
middle
he's a
school
shiny,
He's a
handsome
shiny-
vampire who doesn't look like Nosferatu or your traditional Dracula, he is perceived very well. Take out. No, we don't even have to say he's not handsome, right? He's still handsome. Take out the vampire stuff. He's just some guy from high school.
Yes.
And he's in her room, and he's like, I watch you sleep every night.
Okay, but I think that's the reason why I still love that genre is because I know it's fake. Because
I know it's fake.
Because of like the supernatural aspect to it.
So you saying vampires aren't real?
Unless you have proof otherwise, Kevin.
Vlad the Impaler.
Shut the hell up. But
next episode, look forward to it.
Stop.
Supernatural episode.
Oh wait. We could talk about Supernatural. Okay.
Not the show Supernatural.
No, I don't even want Supernatural. Okay, stop. Let me finish my train of thought. So, but yeah, like they're all very similar. Like there's still technically like rom-coms like in that same genre. Most of these movies, some are just like romance and darkness and trauma or whatever. But because they have that level of fiction to it, is why I like reading them, because I know they're fake and I can rationalize in my head that this isn't going to happen anyway.
I'm not going to be the chosen one.
The behaviors are still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
The what's still there?
The behaviors.
Oh, the behaviors. Yeah.
Like even in the fantasy book, let's say we remove the...
It's just a supernatural creature doing it.
Yeah, exactly. We can remove the vampire aspect and say he's an elf. You know? Oh, wow. Super cute.
Okay.
Wow,
I mean, elves are, they're known for their beauty.
Elf, whatever you want him to be, at the core, he is a manipulative, overprotective, controlling, creepy stalker guy.
That's true. And like how you said that, because of these things, you like adopt the things that the guys do into like how you react.
Yeah. Because girls think it's cute, so
exactly.
I should
like,
use this.
I think
that's how I see it.
Exactly, because it's up in movies and stuff like that. Women are also kind of like internalizing those behaviors where it's like, well, she got the guy and he did all these things. So obviously those are acceptable things that, if a guy does it, they're not red flags,
Right.
And I feel like that's also kind of why guys and women probably too have like an unrealistic idea of sex, is because of porn for the same reason. Like they watch porn and they see all these things happening in porn, and then they actually get around to it and they're like, that's not what I watched. Like,
hey ma'am, I have a big package for you. Sign right here.
So I think
Pepperoni pizza.
Extra sausage.
Oh my god. Anyway. But like I feel like all of these things in the media, like they depict like certain like behaviors and aspects of both men and women, that when we ingest them, and because it's so widespread, we get to a point where we kind of internalize it and we're like, okay, to an extent some of this is okay, and realistically none of it's okay.
Unless you're hot.
Okay.
No, we got to erase that line. Creepy is creepy, no matter how hot you are.
Yes.
Unless you're Steve Buscemi.
Then it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, you'll still be Steve
Amanda
Buscemi.
will still hate you.
I don't hate him. I feel bad. I was just saying, like, he's not my cup of tea.
Hey, he's someone's cup of tea.
Yeah, I think he's married with kids or something like that.
I'm sure, like, there's somebody out there for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I think, like, we were talking about the general standard of beauty.
Steve Buscemi is not general standard of beauty.
I don't think he's there.
He's
like,
not.
okay, if you compare him to, like, Thor or Aquaman, like,
Ooh,
come
Thor.
on. Come on.
Hold on.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Get this.
Hot take.
What if Steve Buscemi
Was a Marvel superstar.
had the same body type
No.
as Chris Hemsworth?
That's
and
But
Jason
same
Momoa?
face.
Same exact.
I feel like that'd be creepy.
That'd be super. Like I'm
That'd be
picturing it right
so
now, but in
weird.
my mind, I'm picturing his face on like Jason Momoa's body or like on Chris Hemsworth's body, and I'm like, no.
No, that's weird. That's weird.
That's
Because
gonna
you're
be
not,
our logo
you're
for
not,
this podcast
You're
episode.
gonna put Steve Buscemi's face on your body.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, you're not really... Like, when you first see somebody, the first thing you see is their face. And then other aspects, their body,
Right.
whatever. So, even if he had a nice body, I still see your face first. Like, so I don't think... It may make it a little better where you're like, oh, his face, but he got a
What
nice
if you
body.
just catch him, like, taking off his shirt, there's just abs shredded, and you don't see his face yet, and then he finally takes off, pulls it over his
Honestly,
head, and
probably-
just Steve Buscemi.
Probably the biggest disappointment of my life.
Here, put that back on.
Yeah,
Let's
literally just put like a
let's
bag on your head
Oh,
and then we're
Jesus.
good.
I was saying the shirt. She said bag. I
Put
just
a
put the
bag.
shirt back on.
Put it back
Put this
right over there. Wear a
put a
ski
mask
mask.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ, Amanda.
No, but I get it. I get it.
No, I understand, but
I get
Jesus Christ, you out here.
Listen, it was like the same thing in like middle school, high school, probably even college when guys would be like butterface.
Yeah.
So wait, speaking of Jason Momoa and Aquaman, what do you think of his Super Bowl commercial?
Oh my god, that was such a traumatizing thing to watch.
I loved it.
I was like, what is life right now? Like, this is awful to watch.
He's being free in his
That's
own
his real
home.
him. That's really him.
Stop it.
With the comb over and everything.
Stop it.
I
No.
love it. Took off his arms, and he took off his boots. He went
Yeah.
down like 5 feet.
Oh my god.
He even got his wife to be in there too.
Like my brain literally was watching it but couldn't process. I was like, what kind of magic, witchery, sorcery is this? Like,
And then he shared a picture of the Super Bowl commercial him
on his
on
Aquaman
it,
poster.
yeah, on his
Oh my
Aquaman
God.
poster
I
on
was
his
like,
IG, and I loved it.
I was like, stop it. Don't play into this.
You gotta embrace it, man. There's no bad publicity.
Ugh, God. But yeah, no. So I think definitely there is a line that anyone... It's definitely based on everyone's personal preference
Yeah.
on whether or not it's going to be creepy or cute because of attractiveness, for
Right.
sure. But even if, like, I don't think someone's attractive, the next person may think that you're, like, the hottest thing since whatever.
Sliced bread.
Sliced bread. But
Sliced bread is pretty not
It's
hot.
pretty-
yeah, it's not hot, but
What?
How
whatever.
about sliced toast?
Sliced toast, because sliced bread is not hot.
Yeah,
It's
slice toast
like
is toasted,
lukewarm.
so
Oh
there's
my
some heat
God.
in it.
And this will be my final episode.
I'm out.
All right, Kevin's quitting. We need a replacement.
But yeah, but I think it's also... Would you consider it the same for women?
You know, honestly, I don't know a lot of media stuff that has quote unquote creepy girls.
Yeah, there's
Right.
not a lot.
Okay.
I can't
So-
really think of it.
How far did you get into season 2 of You?
Episode 6, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so from the beginning, it's probably because I already knew that she was going to be the crazy one before I actually started watching it. But from the beginning, she looked like a psycho bitch.
I can see that.
I saw it in her eyes. I was
I
like,
saw it in her
I was like, oh no, there's something not right with her.
I could see it in
But
her
like,
eyes.
but the like some of the things that she was doing, like, did you ever at any
Any point?
point ever think like, oh, that's kind of creepy?
Not really, no.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Really?
Okay, here's my take. I think it's the same way, cause what I said about that line between creepy and romantic or cute or endearing is attractiveness. I think it applies to girls too. It applies
Yeah, it
to
does.
everyone. It's totally because I'm gonna bring up Emma Watson again or Anna Kendrick. Either of you, I'm fine with.
Wow.
My boy shooting his shot.
No.
Are those your hall passes?
I
Do
don't
you even
know.
have hall passes?
No, I don't think I'm allowed.
Did you give Mandy hall passes?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Because she kind of
I-
has the hots for the guy who plays Lucifer.
And she has the hots for anyone, honestly. Like the guy who plays what's the thing from Star Wars?
Mandalorian?
No, no, in the movies.
Adam Driver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Adam Driver, Henry Cavill, and you
Same.
know what?
My girlfriend has the hots for
I mean,
Adam Driver.
why not?
I think he's so ugly.
She literally
leave
calls
Adam Driver alone.
She literally calls him her husband.
I will nuzzle with him, nose
Oh.
nose to nose.
Oh my god.
Please don't say that when we go next week and kind of meet him. Well, not him, but Kylo Ren.
No, that's Kylo Ren. I'm not talking about Adam Driver.
It could be him. You never
Beautiful
know.
hair.
Could be him. Never know.
There won't even be room for Manny to get her hall pass. It'll be just me and all of her hall passes.
So unattractive. Yeah, she has a lot. Like, you're gonna have to.
There's like a list.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, so I think that women are kind of perceived as crazy no matter what. Like, even if it's something like minor, like if we double text, it's like, oh my god, she's crazy.
I double text.
You know, okay.
Oh, I
you're a
see where you're
guy.
getting at. Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So, like, I feel like it does, like, I think it's even worse if they're perceived as unattractive, but even if you're
Ooh.
attractive, like, like,
or if the guy's not like interested or anything.
yeah, then it's like, it doesn't really matter.
You know, I mean, I'm guilty of calling people crazy as well, despite them being nice. It was just like one weird thing. I was like, no, she's crazy. And then we memed the shit out of her, and then it was just super mean.
Oh no! Please don't bring that up.
Okay.
Terrible.
Okay, let's not get
Let's
into
not
it.
bring
Let's
that
not
up.
get into that. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's a double standard for men and women. Like, if a guy is okay, like, a guy's attractive, and even if it's something like, if an unattractive guy, it's like, oh, look how cute he is, blah, blah, blah. But if a girl does it, I feel like it, to an extent, it doesn't matter how attractive they are. There's like a line where they're going to be like, oh, bro, she's crazy.
Okay. Okay, I see where you're getting at. So, like, if the girl or the guy, they're both, you know, stalkers, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And they're both attractive. I guess I'm picking up that no matter, like, there's a ceiling for like how much of a pass the girl would get versus the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
like the bar is a lot lower for girls.
yeah. I mean, I think that's also because, one, I think, like you said, people just, one small thing, it's like, oh, she's crazy. I think because of that, I think the bar was always set low.
Yeah.
So every time, like, there isn't much ceiling. I think, and you when you talk to guys, you know, it's, if they double text or whatever, people aren't perceiving that as the guy's like obsessive, whatever. But the girl, it's like, whoa. But yeah, so I guess that's what it stems from. And
like, perfect example, in You, he does all this crazy shit, and then the moment she turns around and does the same exact thing he does,
whoa,
he's
slow
like,
down
oh my
there,
God,
pumpkin.
she's fucking crazy. And I'm like, huh? Like, my guy, what do you mean she's the crazy one?
You started this.
You started this whole thing, you know? But it's that line of, like, it's almost not okay, but it's more accepted for a guy to do it. But as soon as a girl does it, it's like, whoa. You're kind of local.
yeah, it's weird because, I mean, Donald Glover said it best. He had a joke where it was like, crazy guys and crazy girls are totally different things. When, like, an ex-girlfriend is crazy, it's like, oh, you know,
I remember that joke,
she like, oh, threw a phone at me and she yelled at me or whatever. She drew on all my stuff, you know, that's crazy. But when it's a crazy guy, I almost got shot.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is like, I'm not remembering it that well, but that's the basis of the joke. Basically, crazy guy means it'll get you killed. Okay, the girl is like, oh man, and I think that's where what we were talking about, where the circles in which they are called crazy are totally different. There's so much more in the crazy category for girls. Well, you have to be like a specific type of like serial killer, and like you have to kill like animals when you were a kid. Then you're like, oh, then you're creepy. Then you're crazy.
Yeah, it could be like the smallest thing for a girl, and they're like, oh my God, she's psychotic.
Yeah.
And then a guy is like, a stalker, and they're like, oh, he just
I know
likes
what
you.
you did.
Yeah, and they're like boys will be boys.
I watch you sleep.
Yeah, keep going. She said no, but keep going. She'll say yes eventually.
Wear her down.
Eventually wear her down.
Be persistent.
Be her shoulder to cry on, and then going for the strike.
Be her shoulder when the fuck
Oh my
boys
God.
break her
It
heart.
feels so weird when people say shoulder to cry on like that now.
Mm-hmm.
Because on one hand, I thought it was like cute and endearing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's a lot of things out there, thanks to media, that has been taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
I had a shirt from Wong Fu Productions, and it has arrows from the back of the neck, and it goes all the way to the shoulder, and it goes shoulder to cry on. And it was like, oh, that's so cute, but it's like, what? I feel like there was some. It could definitely be taken the wrong way. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, oh, you're crying. Here you go.
Here you go. Here's this part of the
Here
arrow.
you go.
I have space for 2.
Yeah, I got space for 2. And it doesn't. It feels weird because it becomes less of I'm here for you too. Hey, I'm here for you.
Remember that one
Yeah,
time when
in
I was
that
here
way.
for you?
Yeah, like that. Like, hey, so you cried on my shoulder, so like,
Can we go on a date now?
yeah, remember?
You owe me.
Like
You
you're over that person
owe
now.
me
You owe
at
me a
least a lick.
At least a leg.
For for every time
date.
you.
What is she
put-
licking?
I don't know.
Yikes. But yeah, no, like there's definitely like a level of like what's the word, like when you owe somebody like
Entitled?
entitlement that guys tend to have
Oh yeah.
when it comes to like doing things for girls. Like, oh, she friend zoned me. It's like, my guy, you were never gonna be more than a friend because that's all she saw you as. Like you positioned yourself as a friend. She took you up on your offer as a friend. That's all it was gonna be. You wanted it to be something more, and
Yeah.
when it wasn't, now, oh, she's friend zoning me.
Yeah. And it's oh man.
More
Oh,
story
Oh,
time.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
All
No,
the
no.
flashbacks
Okay.
coming back
I don't
now.
think we have time for a whole nother story.
I mean, I guess
we got a few minutes for another story.
A few minutes.
I mean, I don't want to say I'll give up all my stories, but it stems from a lot of character growth, and then
It's
like,
your
back
character
in the
arc.
day, I did think before I was smart.
Before it was smart.
I did think that friend
Big brain.
zoning was a thing. It was like, but
Because everyone made it a thing.
yeah, because
Yeah.
like I did all of this. And
She should want to
it's
go out
just-
with me.
Yeah, like I did the extra mile and all this,
Mm-hmm.
but like no one is entitled. Like no one should be entitled. You know, you're not entitled
To anything.
to anything just
Mm.
because
You
you
were there that
willingly
one
Did this
time.
one
did-
thing.
did that,
Yeah.
and like and the intention wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like yeah, I gave you a shoulder to cry, but like
You had ulterior motives.
yeah, there were ulterior motives.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. And when it comes down to that, you're not a nice guy or anything anymore. You're
Ooh,
just
I
a
love
guy.
those Reddit forms.
You're just
Oh,
trying to
r/slash
You're
nice
just trying
guy.
to get
Yes.
into a girl's pants,
Yeah, and she
and you
said no.
thought being the sensitive, nice guy was the way to go. And then here she is thinking you are just a sensitive, nice guy, and you just want to be there for her without any sort of ulterior motive.
Mm-hmm. And then you're like,
And
hello.
it shatters because you're like, hey, so
I have a
what up?
pee-pee.
I have a pee-pee.
you know. And,
But yeah,
and-
that's like the why I still stand by it. Anyone that says that they're a nice person probably is not a nice person. Like if you have to say it, like what? I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice girl. I'm gonna be like, you're probably not if you have to say that. Because usually in the context you're saying it in is making the other person uncomfortable
Oh, yeah.
and shaming them for it.
yeah.
Like there was this, oh my god, I went to like Hooters with some friends, and they had brought a guy that they were trying to like push me off with, like, oh, he's really interested in you, whatever. And I was really uncomfortable because I did not find him attractive at all, and because we all rode together, it was kind of like, well, I can't do anything
Yeah.
now. And so we were at like Hooters eating, and I wasn't really hungry. I just wanted to leave. And he's like, "What? I'm a nice guy. Here, have the last wing." And da-da-da. And I was like,
Ooh, he gave you the last
yeah,
wing?
I was like, I don't
Gentleman right there.
want it.
Hey, even if I was a nice guy, I would never give anyone my last wing.
Yeah, I mean, I was on that one. Even
Hell
I'm not giving my
no.
girlfriend the
But
last
like,
wing.
I'm
Those
uncomfortable.
are delicious.
And for you to say like, "What? I'm a nice guy," I'm like,
Here, have the last wing.
Like even out of contact, like
because he was
And
like,
then-
he was like trying to like talk to me, and I was like talking.
yeah.
But like, I just wasn't vibing with it, you
Yeah.
know. And then it's like, "What? I'm a nice guy. Like, you don't want to eat the food." And
You don't
want
wanna eat
to
the food?
Here's a wing. Here's a wing. Therefore,
Here's my peace
this
offering.
this must be the best way to get into your pants.
Yeah, it's like
Obviously,
not attractive.
the
to
last
you
wing.
This
at
is
all.
the move to do.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that story too. That just like came back, and now I'm having like PTSD.
You know, and that happens on the podcast.
PTSD comes
Yeah.
back.
I
Triggers
don't know.
everyone.
Yeah, there's lots of shit out there. You just gotta, and I think actually this new age, people have. I mean, there's still, guys and girls out there that romanticize, abuse and stalker stuff and creepy behaviors. Like people out there are still romanticizing. Like they want Joker and that Harley dynamic.
Oh my god.
Harley, and it's like you
Read the
don't-
comic book.
yeah, and like not even the comic, but like
Just watching the movie, I'm like,
Yeah.
Spoilers, haven't seen it yet.
I don't know about that.
it's abusive, and
You haven't seen what yet?
Birds of Prey.
Oh, I haven't seen it either.
I
No.
haven't seen
Joker's
either.
not even in that.
You were talking about the
Suicide Squad.
Squad.
Yeah, but either way, it's like I think in the new age, people have come to realize behaviors like that, and there is extreme where like any sort of like positive behavior must mean you have ulterior motives.
The neck beards.
Whatever. Yeah. Like being nice,
Oh my god.
but I mean they're still there. But I think people are more aware
Yeah, they're
of
more in tune.
about this type of stuff, and no, it's not realistic. It's toxic behaviors and creepy, and like people don't go through as many hoops and mental gymnastics to excuse the behaviors of a Joe from you.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, he's creepy. Like,
He's
he's
creepy.
attractive, but let's get real. When it comes down to it, let's get real.
He's creepy.
And he's creepy, and no one would like him in real life. I think that's...
What was actually really funny about the second season, my mom never saw the first season, right, of You, so she
Oh,
only
no.
saw the second season.
Oh, no.
So like some of the things that happened to him in the second season, she's like, well, you kind of start to feel bad for him. It wasn't his fault. I was like, Mama, hold up. whoa. This man murdered people. She was like, yeah, but like he didn't mean to. I was like, whoa, what do you mean?
Your mom
He
finds
didn't
Joe
mean to.
attractive, is what I'm getting.
Yep.
I was like, Mother, we need to have a talk, like a deep, like soul-searching talk.
Your mom's in love with Joe.
Like,
That's the only way. That's the only way. If you weren't attracted to this man, then you'd be like, what a weirdo. He's a stalker. I can't believe anyone would ever let him do all these things.
But if you were attracted to this
And like,
man,
I would love for him to do all these things for me.
I was dying. Like, honestly, she was like, what? Like, he didn't mean for that to happen. I was like, okay, just because the last thing wasn't his fault doesn't mean the entire rest of the premise of the show wasn't his fault.
Right.
She's like, but some things just happen. I was like, no.
they were out of his control. He couldn't
No.
do that. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. Ah! Nice guy.
Trigger.
He's a humble coffee shop barista.
Oh God, he's not even a barista. It's a live or not a bookstore.
Bookstore
It's a
slash
bookstore.
coffee shop slash grocery place.
Oh, in the second season, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all the time we have today for
cut
this
it off there.
episode. Yeah. But really, I'm glad people are more aware nowadays about that type of stuff. But I mean, I get it. It's okay to romanticize certain
Green flags.
green flags. But just because he has some green flags or someone has some green flags doesn't mean you get to excuse
The red flag.
or avoid
Yeah.
all those
Glaring.
copious amounts of glaring red flags. Okay.
Last episode, check that out if you don't know what we're talking about.
Literally.
So yeah. This is Elvis,
Kevin,
Amanda.
and thanks for tuning in to the AfterCast.
see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.